Soon will be perhaps one day before the Ramadan, or even in the morning of Ramadan. Not before that, because Hamas will want to get as much as it can, and it'll play the chicken game, going out of Cairo, not going out of Cairo as we've seen today, and not withdrawing from their demands that they know are not acceptable to Israel. So they're trying to apply pressure on the others, Qatar, Egypt, and the United States. The United States does not have a direct leverage over Hamas. It can only do so through either Qatar or even more so through Egypt. Egypt have a leverage, but it's not very strong, because they can cut off any movement underneath the the Sinai-Gaza border, but they are careful not to tear the thread too much, and so I think we'll see a back and forth verbiage from all sides that are all meant to put pressure and psychological warfare. And that'll be until the day before Ramadan. Then we'll know where it's heading. Does Hamas wait to try to incite the Al-Aqsa Mosque area? That depends a lot on what Israel does and how it relates to it. So we shouldn't take too seriously the foggy verbiage that we're hearing. We shall just have to wait until the last day to see who budges.
So that's an interesting timeline that you were suggesting, because Ramadan is some 5 days away now. You're talking about the day before the start of the holy month. That means you're suggesting there could be some kind of outcome by that point. And why do you think that that is the cutoff?
Because I think Hamas is still hoping for an uprising, either of Israeli Arabs or Palestinians or in East Jerusalem, etc. And it depends on how much pressure, how many people, Arabs, are allowed by Israel to go to Al-Aqsa. If the numbers will be low, it'll be a reason for them to incite those who are not allowed to go. And so this is a game where there are so many players in this that it's hard to call the shots. And we will see the last day where the picture is more or less clear on what is going to happen in Al-Aqsa, on whether the incitement works, whether Hamas will want to incite during the Ramadan, or whether they'll call it quits and say, well, we didn't do it this time, we'll wait for another month and go through with a hostage release.
The calls for incitement, though, have already been made, saying as of when Ramadan starts, go to East Jerusalem, go to the West Bank, go to Al-Aqsa. What do you make of that? That messaging is already out there.
Sure, but they will have, I would say, an understanding whether it works or not. So it's not every time you light a match that the fire catches. So it really depends on their assessment of whether it'll catch, and it depends on Israel, what it does to make sure it doesn't catch. So we're there. We were 4 days away, and we'll have to wait and see.